welcome back to Rolling Daniel. In this video I will explain you how I got my new house, and if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like and hit that notification button for more videos. So the story begins like this. Since December of 2024, me and my friends, we've been looking for an apartment because we needed a bigger house. The house I was living was good enough for me, but now I wanted to move out from the house, and then it was just a bedroom apartment, and I was looking for a 3-bedroom house or 3-bedroom apartment. It was like I wanted to move into a bigger house. So since then, we were looking for a 3-bedroom house, and for like 3 months we had to really struggle to find a apartment, because most of the time it was like we were inspecting the house and we were going through all the process to get a new apartment or a house, but at the end moment they were not giving us the house. It took me around more than 5 inspection and 5 application before I finally knew what I was missing in my application. Do you know what was that? It was the visa requirement. Because beside me, most of my friends who were moving with me, they did not have enough visa. They had just 1 month of visa left. And because of that reason, no owners were happy enough to give us the house. So because of the rentless search for the new apartment, from starting of December to end of January, I was really demotivated. I was not thinking that I'm gonna get any apartment. I was really hopeless. I was thinking and then by the end of this January, I started not looking for the house. I stopped it. Tell you why I was tired of searching for a house. Main reason was high competition. Searching a new house is a long process nowadays because of lots of people are looking for a new house, and there is obviously high competition. And every house I inspected had at least 10 to 15 people coming for the inspection. So obviously there is a high demand of the rental market these days. And the next step was process. So it's a long process. First thing, it's a long process to apply for a new house and get a approval for a rental house. First thing, it goes like this. First you have to find a house, you have to search a house in different websites, and then book for inspection date, inspect the house on that date, and then you get application form. Then you apply for the house, and apply through application and wait for the result. It takes a lot of planning, effort and patience as well. Another boring thing about this application process is the application itself, because if you cannot apply for any house without inspecting it, so you have to physically inspect the house before you can apply, and then your application will get approved for the first phase, and all the details has to be filled. You cannot leave any required details in blank, otherwise your application will not be submitted. And if all the members of the group has to apply the application. If the member hasn't filled the application, then they will not be able to move in the house once the house gets approved. And then they need entire details, all the details, your living history, work history, bank details and people you may know. And after doing all this hard work as well, there is a very thin chance of getting application approved because of the high competition. and high demands of rental houses in the Perth. So doing this process for 3 months and applying for more than 15 houses was crazy. So the first way of finding an apartment is go through the agents. They will the step. I have already explained the step. But the second way of finding an apartment is to directly meet the house owner and talk with them, convince them, negotiate with them, and get approval from them. So you don't have to go through all those steps that we do when you have to go from through agents. They take longer time, but if you meet the house owner, they will give you the house, right? If you are a good person, if you have like good communication skill, you can communicate your thoughts nice and clearly, they will be happier to give you the house instantly. And that happened to me. I met the owner, we had a good conversation, I explained everything to him. He seemed happier with what I have said, and I genuinely explained everything to him, and he was happy to give us the room. And on February 27th, we moved everything from my Netland apartment to South Perth apartment. Everything went well for me because I did not have to rent a removal service, which is expensive, around $200 for an hour. I took help from my church. Tell you, very genuine person. He was very happy to help me, even though he had a tight schedule, busy schedule. He came all the way and then took my things from Netland house and bring it to the South Perth house, and we moved to this beautiful place. Such a wonderful place. And let me tell you, the apartment where I was living in Netlands, it had a beautiful space as well. It is also just next to the riverside, and there is a big dog park as well. But compared to South Perth, that's nothing, because this is huge. This place got a huge area, like dog park, parking area. It's like a big resort, I can say that. And it's just next to the riverside, and my apartment is very close next to the ferry area, and everything went well. So even though it's a very hard, very struggle for me, but the end result that I got, I'm very satisfied. The house is like perfect. 3-bedroom apartment, 2 bathrooms, 2 washrooms, 2 car parks, and the best thing, the apartment got its own swimming pool, own gym, sauna, table tennis, and what else I can ask for? It's like more than I can ask for. And this is the city view that I get to see from this apartment area. If I just walk like 5 minutes from my apartment, I get to see all the beautiful place. And other important thing that I was actually looking for in an apartment was, if I am moving to a new apartment, I was very much picky about the location. So I was looking the house around Mainland, which is also near the Swanbourne River, and the Como is also like next to the Swanbourne River. So I was planning to move somewhere which is closer to river, and also close to this beautiful parks where I can spend a restful time. Because if you live in a like good area, good environment, you have like positive vibe, you get so much energy to do lots of things. Something I learned when I was looking for a new apartment is, whoever is moving with you, obviously you will not be moving in a new house by yourself, because it's gonna be hard to rent that place. It's gonna be costly. Obviously you will be teaming up with some of the other friends of yours. But what I would suggest is, if you are moving to a different place and planning to rent an apartment or a house, first thing you have to check is if all of your applicants, all of your members, they have enough documents. like visa requirements, bank details, very important, good personal references, and then their location references. If they cannot provide all of those details, I tell you, it's gonna be really hard for you to get the house. And other thing is, most of the people, like most of the friends, they will want to move with you, but they don't want to do the hard part. If they don't want to do the hard part, like finding the house, filling in the application, trying to cooperate with everything, if they are not trying to do that, it's also something you have to look for, because if they don't fill all of this required application, it's not going to be easy to find a house quickly. And then next part is, you have to know where you want to move. You have to be specific about, and then you go to that area to find a house or apartment, and then it's easier to dissect what you want and where do you want and how you want it, easier to find the house. Otherwise it will be very vague research area that you can't actually figure out what actually you want to get. You have to be careful with that as well. And if you are not going through the process of a real estate agent, and you fortunately met the owner of the house, have a very good communication skill. Communicate your thoughts very nicely, put it politely, make them feel like you are a very genuine person, even if you are not. Because at the end of the day, if they trust you, only then they will be happy to give you the house, because they have to leave the apartment in your behalf, and you have to look. If you cannot translate through your communication that you can actually take care of this apartment, then it's doubtful for them to leave this property in your name. So if you go through agent, have a good application, have a good references. But if you go through the direct owner, have a good communication. That will obviously help you.